Why get all your holiday decorations delivered through Instacart? Because maybe you only bought 2 wreaths, but you have 12 windows. Or maybe your toddler got very eager with the advent calendar. Or maybe the inflatable snowman didn't make it through the snowstorm. Or maybe the twinkle lights aren't twinkling. Whatever the reason, this season, Instacart's here for hosts and their whole holiday haul. Get decorations from the Home Depot, CVS, and more through Instacart and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
On today's Smart 7, the Bank of England gets gloomy, Putin's press conference infuriates Zelensky, and lots more. It's Friday, 20th of December, it's Go Carolling Day, and happy birthday, Jonah Hill.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The Bank of England didn't make any change in interest rates on Thursday. That's pretty much as expected following a sharp jump in inflation in November to 2.6%. Interest rates will now stay at 4.75, although some members of the bank's rate committee did vote for a reduction. However, Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey was sounding gloomy, saying the economy failed to grow at all between October and December. That means mortgage rates will remain high, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer was in front of the liaison committee in the Commons on Thursday afternoon. He was quizzed over the Labour plan to build 1.5 million new homes and insisted the plan is to back the builders and not the blockers to drive growth and avoid the delays of the past.
It was 20 years from the plan going in before the houses I was looking at were being built, and it was going to be 25 years before that housing estate was completed. That is never going to be enough to get growth in this country.
And even with gloomy economic forecasts, he was still sounding bullish about growing the economy by the end of Labour's 5-year term.
High sustained growth, that was what we set out in the manifesto. That's what we recommitted to in the plan for change. Yeah. That'll obviously be a line on a graph, a really important line on a graph. Sure. Yeah. But I also want to make it clear for voters, for the public, that what that translates into for them is feeling better off.
Thursday saw Russian President Vladimir Putin host his annual press conference, which lasted for 4.5 hours. Putin appeared to be in good form, taking questions from journalists, callers and pensioners, and sounding confident about Russia's special operation in Ukraine. He was insisting that Russia will keep both Crimea and the 4 regions of Ukraine his troops currently occupy, but he was less clear about when Russia would recapture the areas of the Kursk region, currently occupied by Ukrainian forces.
I'll name a date, a day or two, and they will go, by all means, to meet that date. They won't reckon with the losses, and we can't do that. A day or two, in this case, doesn't matter much anymore, but they will be definitely driven out, and after that, we can assess the damage.
He spent some time talking up his new hypersonic Oreshnik missile too, offering to have a high-tech duel with the US and even threatening to strike Kyiv, while boasting that air defences would not be able to stop it. This outraged Ukrainian President Zelensky, who was in Brussels for a NATO meeting.
He says we will, for example, hit Kyiv with the Oreshnik, the new missile, and let them try intercept it, and with air defense, and let's see what happens. Do you think this is an adequate person? Just scumbags.
51 men were sentenced on Thursday for their part in the rape of Gisèle Pelicot. The case, which has shocked France and the world, revolved around Gisèle's husband Dominique, who drugged her and then invited men to their house to rape her. He was sentenced to 20 years, while the other men, who were aged between 26 and 74, were largely sentenced to between 3 and 15 years. Her husband admitted to the rape and to not just drugging his wife, but also hiding cameras around his house and selling images of his adult daughter and the wives of his sons. Addressing the media outside the court, Gisèle said she had waived anonymity to fight for victims who remain in the shadows.
I wanted, when I started on the 2nd of September, to ensure that society could actually see what was happening, and I never have regretted this decision. I have now faith in our capacity to collectively take hold of a future in which everybody, women and men, can live together in harmony, in respect and mutual understanding.
The US Congress is once again facing a government shutdown as they wrangle over the US federal budget and government funding for 2025. Matters have been complicated by a demand from Elon Musk to shut the government and demands from Donald Trump to drop the debt ceiling entirely. Even though Joe Biden is still president, Congress under Republican Speaker Mike Johnson appears to be in chaos, complicated by the demands of Donald and the seemingly unelected President Elon Musk. Actual US President Joe Biden sat down for an interview on Thursday and had some words of wisdom for those anxious about 4 years of Trump chaos.
Got to make clear, we're not going away. We're not going away. I'm not going away. I'm going to be deeply involved in the environment movement, deeply involved in foreign policy, deeply involved in all the things I've been involved in before.
Still to come on the Smart 7, chaos at Carabao Cup quarter-finals and Kieran Culkin shares his morning routine. Right after this.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Welcome back. The last game of the Carabao Cup quarter-finals took place on Thursday night as Spurs hosted Manchester United. Both sides were keen to progress and in need of trophies to improve their seasons. With a chaotic 4-3 win, Tottenham have kicked United out and are closer to playing in the finals. Manager Ange Postecoglou says his team is making progress.
Semi-final of a cup competition, so I think that's something to sort of, reflect as progress for us, and we've got an opportunity now, and like I said, home and away to get to a final, and we've earned that opportunity. The Variety Actors on Actors series has been rolling out over the last week or so, and we've had some great pairings. Paul Mescal chatted to Ariana Grande, Nicole Kidman went deep with Zendaya, but the episode that just dropped is the most entertaining one yet. Coleman Domingo, who has an Academy Award nomination along with an Emmy and a couple of Tony Awards, was paired up with everyone's favourite Succession star Kieran Culkin. To say they're quite different would be an understatement, but they had great fun exploring each other's lives. Coleman was horrified by Kieran's lack of morning routine.
I don't think I've ever woken up at the same time 2 days in a row.
This morning.
Why?
Because, you know what? Because I need a good, 2 to 3 hours just for me before I come out and do all this stuff.
You're nuts.
No.
You do that on set? Like, if you have, a 5 a.m. call, do you wake up at 3 in the morning?
5 a.m. pickup, I wake up at 3:45.
Get the fuck out of here. You know when if I have a 5 a.m. pickup, you know when I wake up?
Don't tell me 4:45.
5 a.m.
If you were an 80s child, you'll probably remember Wax On, Wax Off fondly from the original Karate Kid movies. But it didn't stop there, and the world seems to have a near-endless appetite for karate and kindly mentors, with the Karate Kid franchise providing 5 movies, an animated series, and the hugely successful Netflix show Cobra Kai. Now the high-kicking kid is heading back to the cinema, with original star Ralph Macchio joined by Jackie Chan for Karate Kid Legends. I'm not sure either one can kick as high as they used to, but it hits cinemas in May next year.
Our traditions are rooted in history. Kung Fu.
Cloudy.
The tree grows strong.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you...
Sharing all the joy that the holiday season brings has never been easier. With Celebrations Passport from 1-800-Flowers.com, my one-stop shopping site for even those hard-to-gift people. With Celebrations Passport, I get free shipping on thousands of amazing holiday gifts, like festive flowers and arrangements, and fresh fruit and gourmet gift baskets from Harry and David. Make the holidays merrier by gifting smarter at 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.